And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Gateway High School. Tonight, the Gators host the Warriors from Penn-Trafford in a big boys 5A matchup. The officials for tonight's game, Joey Tortorella, Mark Weir, and Kristen Sortino. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you all to please rise. And gentlemen, please remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. The head coach, Doug Kelly. And now, starting for your Gateway Gators, a 6'1" senior, number 1, Kofi Gichi. A 5'11" senior, number 4, Jax Barberis. A 6'4" senior, number 11, Isaiah Allah. A 6'1" senior, number 13, Chris Suggles. And a 6'7" senior, number 12, Mikael Bruce McCormick. The assistant coaches for the Gators are Ed Melly, Kirk Bruce, and Chaz McCormick. And the head coach of the Gators, Vern Benson.
Welcome back, folks. Game number 2 of our doubleheader tonight. Welcome back to those who caught the first game of the night that saw the Plum Mustangs girls basketball team ride a huge second quarter and then hung on for a 41-22 win over the Gateway girls basketball team. And welcome everyone who is tuning in for our nightcap between the Gators and the Penn-Trafford Warriors here. 2 3-1 teams fighting to stay atop the section lead here in Section 1 and 5A, and the Gators will get the first crack at points here after they win the tip. I'm Vince Russo on the call tonight, solo, but not without some help from our talented crew as an offensive foul right off the jump. A little push off there by Mikael Bruce McCormick, and the Gators star player will pick up a foul just a few seconds into this one. First matchup of 2 this season between the Warriors and the Gators. Both teams coming in trying to hit their stride as the section contests really heat up. Warriors riding a 4-game winning streak overall after starting the season 1-5. They enter into this one 5-5 overall. Gators coming off a section win over Uniontown to move back above 500 at 5-4. But again, more importantly, both these teams 3-1 in section play. A physical take inside. Spinning and finishing, almost losing control of it, was Ethan McDonald. And he'll open our scoring tonight for the Warriors here against your Gators on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Kofi Geeky unable to finish with the reversal underneath the rim. That one's cleared by Tyler Boss. Foul will bail out the Warriors after the errant pass. It's going to be on number 11 for the Gators, Isaiah Allah. Both teams not only have playoff aspirations, but want to try to make some noise in the postseason dance. Tonight's game will go a long way toward where these teams might get seated. Geeky comes up with a nice steal there to give the Gators an extra possession. Jax Riveras drives into the heart of the defense, kicks before getting it back in the corner. That one just a little strong. A good job getting past the box out. Isaiah Allah able to keep the possession rolling for the Gators, and it's Geeky. Going to drive inside and kick. Viveras, another look from three, and that time he doesn't miss. Gators' first lead of the night comes at the 6:17 mark here of our opening frame, just a few minutes in. Warriors in those road dark green uniforms with the gold numerals and trim. The Gators in the home white uniforms with gold numbers and black trim. We got a 3-second call against the Warriors. That'll be a turnover. Gators under Vern Benson, his first season at the helm of the Gators. Alvis Rogers stepped away from the program after 8 successful campaigns in charge of the Gators. And they have not missed a step. Off to a strong start in conference play. Floater off the mark. A lot of contact there, no call. Ball tipped out of bounds, will stay with the Gators. It's Bruce McCrommon still looking for his first points after picking up a foul a few seconds into this one. Back to Bruce McCrommon. Creates a little bit of space. Easy jumper, able to use that wingspan to his advantage. Creates just a little bit of separation there. Rises and fires to give the Gators the early 3-point lead. Feel the energy in this one. There's another nice bucket from in close. Ethan McDonald with all the points in the early going for the Warriors. Able to finish the reverse layup to bring them back within one of the Gators. Both teams bringing student sections. Some contact at the end of that. Bruce McCrommon wanted a foul. Probably should have got it. But he still knocks down the triple, and that's 2 big threes to start the game. Viveras has one. Bruce McCrommon has another on top of a 2-point field goal, and that's the scoring for the Gators. We've doubled up the Warriors here in the first half of this opening frame. Drive inside, McCrommon, a good job staying at home, but nifty moves underneath by Feldman, Zachary Feldman, who's able to lay that one up and in. Geeky puts the defender on skates, has the ball tipped away. Good job by Jax Riveras getting back to it. Now he'll drive inside. Can't get it to go, but an offensive rebound on a foul underneath. Isaiah Allah fouled before the shot, so it'll be an inbound. Not a shooting foul. First team foul against the Warriors. Gators have 2. McDonald picks up the foul. He'll head to the bench as a slew of substitutions come in for the Warriors under headman Doug Kelly. Turnover. The ball tipped away. Strong hands in the lane by Allah. And now a great cross-court pass. Eventually ends up with Geeky in the corner. His pass is intercepted. Fresh into the game, Martin Howard for the Gators was involved on that offensive possession. Geeky tried looking for him there with that extra pass before the turnover. Errant shot there by one of the newcomers in for the Warriors, Jacob Briggs. Riveras
Number 10, Martin Howard.
has the ball swiped out, wisely lets it trail out of bounds. Ben Leonard, the last to touch it. Now in for the Gators, number 0, Nehemiah Nichols. Ponko in as well. He hit a layup with less than 5 to go. Put back up and in by Bruce McCrommon, who already has 8 points here in the opening frame. Ball tipped out of the hands of the ball handler, Nick Ponko. Should take another look. Strong defensive play there by Martin Howard. Ponko, a talented wide receiver for the Warriors football program, scored that go-ahead and ultimately game-winning layup with about 4 seconds to go in a 67-65 comeback win over Latrobe on December 23rd. Tyler Boss got the assist on the big bucket. That's some nice passing there.
Brown.
Jacob Briggs turns quickly, finds Trent Brown open underneath the bucket for the layup. Other way, layup off the mark, no good by Chris Settles for the Gators. Second chance bucket, no good for Briggs. So after the nice assist, he's able to put some points up. 4 straight points for Penn-Trafford. We're tied up. Howard now inside. He's got the nice touch. Back and forth we go. And a travel by Trent Brown. We'll get the ball back to the Gators. Kiki back into the contest for the Gators, along with number 3, Jonathan Ward. Bruce McCrommon, Howard, and Nichols round out the 5 on the floor for the Gators. So we're under 2 to play here in the opening frame. Just a 2-point game between two teams tied at the top of the standings. What more could you ask for here early in the year? A big-time matchup, and Bruce McCrommon taking this game over. His second triple, the Gators' third, and the lead's back up to 5 for Gateway. Ward standing his ground, strong defense. Step back 3, and that's good. A nice shot despite the good defense by Peyton Mastro. First triple of the night for the Warriors, and it's a big one to pull them back within a bucket. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. This one already living up to the hype. Very balanced scoring for the Warriors on the other side. Bruce McCrommon with 10 of the Gators' 15 points. 4 field goals here in this first quarter. Here's the Gators are going to be content to hold for the last shot here. See if the Warriors try and over pursue here, bring some pressure. They do. They try and trap Bruce McCrommon, and leads to an open shot for Ward, and that misses everything. So 6.5 seconds left. It'll be the Warriors who will, in all likelihood, get the last crack at this one to either tie or take the lead going into the quarter break. Taken by Tyler Boss. Boss passes it quickly. Floater off the mark. The putback won't go. Warriors had a couple good looks at it there, but can't get it to go. So the Gators come out on top after 1 quarter of play. 15-13 our score. Certainly anyone's game still on GatewayGatorProductions.com. We will turn it over to the Gateway cheer squad, who will help usher in the beginning of the second quarter here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. 8 minutes down, another 8 on the clock here for quarter number 2. Gators with the 2-point lead after 1. These teams have some common opponents, even though they haven't met this season. Both have played certainly some section opponents. Both have played Franklin Regional, a game the Warriors lost by 16, the Gators lost by 2. Both teams beat Uniontown. Penn-Trafford by 2, the Gators by a dozen. Both beat Albert Gallatin. The Warriors by 29, the Gators by 42. And both beat Latrobe. Penn-Trafford by 2, the Gators by 13. So common opponents give you the idea that the Gators might be slightly favored coming into this one, but a very competitive first quarter. Foul is going to be on number 4 for Penn-Trafford, Nick Ponko. That's Ponko's first and first team foul just 22 seconds into the second quarter for the Warriors. And another offensive foul on Mikkel Bruce McCrommon. That's his second.
Foul on Bruce McCrommon.
Vern Benson can't believe it. And now does he trust his star senior player to play smart with these 2 fouls? He's not putting any sub in, so Bruce McCrommon will stay on the floor, and he's got to keep that in mind. He's got those 2 early fouls. There's a heady play there as trailing out of bounds was Peyton Mastro, and he just churns and throws it out of bounds off of Chris Settles so that it stays here with Penn-Trafford. A little gamesmanship. Pass inside to McDonald. He had 4 big points in the first quarter, but travels on this one. Take another look. 1, 2, 3. That's a good call. Gives the ball back to the Gators. Both teams still looking for their first points here in the second quarter. Kofi Geeky picked up his dribble. Now he needs some help. Has the ball tipped away, gives him new life. And it's Bruce McCrommon that'll slow things down for the Gators. Big drive inside, and he's able to draw the foul and head to the free throw line.
Warrior foul number 23, Ethan
McDonald will pick up his second.
Bruce McCrommon.
In all likelihood, will head to the bench, as the Warriors already have a sub ready to enter into the game.
Zach Feldman back in.
Zach Feldman back on the floor for the Warriors, and McDonald's stead as he takes to the bench with those 2 fouls. McCrommon can't get that second free throw to go. A little foul.
Gator foul on
Isaiah Allah.
Number 10, Martin Howard back in for the Gators.
That's the second foul on Allah. So a couple players with foul trouble for the Gators here in the early going. Allah and Bruce McCrommon both with a pair of fouls. Ethan McDonald with a pair as well for the Warriors. Boss, nifty drive inside, the hoop and the harm. He's fired up as he has a chance to go to the free throw line and knock one more down to get 3 the old-fashioned way. Take another look, the little bump there. Maintains the balance and composure, lays it up and in. Boss's first points of the night. If he's able to knock this down, it'll nod us back up. Doesn't go, a lot of noise in the gym, and Tyler Boss can't get that free throw to go. Bruce McCrommon, the nice fake, the baseline jumper. No doubt about it.
Bruce McCrommon.
A baker's dozen already for Bruce McCrommon in this one. Nice backdoor cut and finish inside. Nick Ponko with his first points of the evening. Pace starting to pick up here a little bit between these 2 teams. Bruce McCrommon with the defender draped all over him, trying to go to work. And his pass is intercepted. Strong play underneath by Zach Feldman. Get it back to Feldman on the wing. Thought out the drive. Now the Warriors will just slow things down. Feldman hesitates. Wedgie! It's stuck. And the crowd erupts.
Number 5, Allian Lowry.
Take another look. Gators get bailed out by physics. There's a nice drive by Feldman, but, well, didn't get the bounce on that one, to say the least. Gators will take over, clinging to that 1-point lead. Held ball underneath. The scores table is just a tick slow on getting the possession arrow updated, so it caused just a moment of consternation here in the gym, but cooler heads prevail, the officials explain. And it is Penn-Trafford ball, and the turnaround look there was a strong one and won't go for Nick Ponko, and then foul right after. Take a look here.
Foul on 1, Boss.
It's going to be called on Boss. And if anything, that should have been called on Feldman. Boss didn't look like he really did anything unless he was in that landing zone. The player coming down, I don't think he was. So an unfortunate call on Boss, but it did look like the Gators got fouled as a quick jumper there with a little bit of contact for Chris Settles. And his first bucket comes at a big moment to build that lead back up to 3 for the Gators. Now strong defense the other way. Trying to step back there was Peyton Mastro. The Gators, and in particular, Allian Lowry, we're not having any of it. Lowry logging some of his first minutes tonight. Starting off with some strong defense. We'll have another opportunity here, and he's going to get called for the foul. Little bump there. Good job drawing that one by Mastro with the slick handles and the quick cut. 4th team foul on the Gators, first of the night on Lowry. So the next foul will push Penn-Trafford into the bonus. The Warriors have 1 to give with 3 team fouls. Extra pass, nice fake. Easy layup inside for Ponko, who has 4 points, all coming here in the second frame. Offensive foul, and it's Lowry. Looked like he might have got those hands up a little bit on that screen, and we'll see. Maybe still moving ever so slightly. Quick, close call. So with that foul, the Warriors are in the bonus the rest of the way for this first quarter. Hoping a prayer layup well off the mark. Gators get the stop and come back in transition the other way. Geeky again with the nice handles. Turnaround, spinning, can't get the jumper to fall. Backdoor cut, ball's tied up, still loose. Gators hustling for it. And a good call, but good hustle. Great hustle there by Nehemiah Nichols.
And 5, Brown in for the Warriors.
Now we've got a fan mouthing off to the officials. A young man with a camera. And the officials got a short leash on that. Don't blame them. Right-handed layup, up and good, and the Warriors get 2 points from Mastro. He's up to 5. And for the first time tonight, it's a lead for Penn-Trafford, but it's short-lived because climbing the ladder and knocking down another jumper is Bruce McCrommon, who's up to 15 points here in the first half. Quick layup at the other end.
Leonard.
Contested shot, Ben Leonard knocking that one in. And these teams are trading points. This has been a fun one thus far. Geeky able to create a little separation, and he drug that pivot foot. That's a travel.
Number 15, Khalid Harper, in for the Gators.
Khalid Harper checks in for the Gators. Geeky will take a rest, well deserved.
For Penn-Trafford.
Carving out space inside is Feldman, who's got 4 points. A very balanced scoring attack here for the visiting Warriors, who are now up 3. Foul call. This one's going to be on the Warriors. Just see 2 players tie up.
Number 3. Peyton Mastro.
See there at the end, Peyton Mastro sort of, as he was falling, kind of put the arms out and I think grabbed the Gators ball handler. Bruce McCrommon going to go to work inside. And he gets bailed out with a foul call. He wasn't able to get that one to fall up around the rim. So he'll head to the free throw line. Both teams now in the bonus. Second foul on Ponko here in the first quarter.
2 shots. Mikel Bruce McCrommon.
McCrommon gets the first to go. He's now 2 of 3 from the line and 16 points on the evening to lead all scores.
Number 23, Ethan McDonald.
Ethan McDonald back into the contest after picking up 2 early fouls. Getting ready to check back in for the Gators will be Martin Howard. As both free throws are good for Bruce McCrommon. Checking off will be Khalid Harper. Bruce McCrommon, 17 of the Gators' 24 points here in the first half. But it's the Warriors by 1 as we dip under 100 seconds to play here in the first half. Strong layup underneath. A reversal by Trent Brown, who now has a bucket in both quarters. And Nichols inside. A little too much English on that one. Here come the Warriors again, quickly in transition. Open look from the corner. Too strong. Feldman, another strong rebound. He can't get that baseline jumper to go. Here come the Gators in transition. Chris Settles gets it to Nichols. Nichols to Howard. And Viveris ends up with it. An open look from 3, just a little strong.
Settles!
Chris Settles with his second field goal of the quarter. It's a 1-point game once again. And a timeout is called by Doug Kelly and the Warriors with 34.2 seconds left. Kelly wants a moment to talk over how the end of this half is going to look, put his team in a position to get a good look. Up by a point here on the road in a very important game as we look at the section standings. 3 teams tied at 4-1, courtesy of the Latrobe Wildcats, who are down a little bit in the standings, but they pulled off the upset, beat Franklin Regional, so they are undefeated no more. And that opens the door back up for the Gators, the Warriors, and you see the Tigers there at 3-2 from the P-Sport. There's still a lot of basketball to play. Laurel Highlands and Latrobe with a couple wins in the early going. Uniontown won the section a year ago. They lost starters to graduation, and Albert Gallatin just having a tough time of it. We saw the Gators take it to them here on Gateway Gator Productions a few weeks ago over the holiday break. That's a game the Gators won by 42 points. So Doug Kelly called the timeout here in his 6th season as head coach of the Warriors, and he said this is the first time he's heard players talk about winning the section, having that level of confidence and expectations. And they've certainly put themselves in a strong position here, winning 4 of their first 5, trying to beat the Gators here on their home court. They'll get an open look from 3. Mastro off the mark. Bruce McCrommon gets it, and he's fouled. And that will result in free throws for Bruce McCrommon. Both teams in the bonus. Tyler Boss picks up the foul. That's his second. So no players with 3 yet, but a handful of players with 2 fouls in a game that's been called pretty close and pretty tight thus far. Not a whole lot of room for error, as Bruce McCrommon can't hit the first. So this second one a chance to tie things up here with 7 ticks left before the halftime break, where we'll take a 10-minute break before resuming the second half of play. Eight points in the quarter for McCrommon, 18 overall. He will take a seat to get a head start on a well-deserved break between half 1 and 2. Now Zachary Feldman with the inbound. See what the Warriors can't get here. They'll draw the foul. That's a heady play there by number 3 for Penn-Trafford.
Foul, number 1, Kofi Geechee. 2 shots.
Mastro, a senior for this squad. Kofi Geechee going to pick up the foul, his first. So free throws now at the other end for Mastro. He knocks down the first. Bruce McCrommon will come back in with a chance to put a few more points on the board for the halftime break. Second free throw no good. Quick pass, rise and fire, deep 3 off the mark. So it's a 1-point lead. Peyton Mastro with 6 points overall to lead the Warriors. It's been balanced scoring across the board. On the other end, Bruce McCrommon, 18 of the Gators' 27 points in the first half. They find themselves down 1 as we head to the halftime break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes here. Don't go too far. We'll have the second half of coverage here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Just a few seconds away from getting the second half rolling here, and what a first half we had. Mikkel Bruce McCrommon leading all scorers with 18 points for the Gators. They find themselves trailing by 1 to rival Penn-Trafford. Not the largest crowd in the world here tonight at Gateway High School, but boy, one that's really been involved in the game on both sides. And a great atmosphere overall. The Gators will start with the ball first here. Their starting 5 back on the floor. Same for Penn-Trafford. Here we go, folks, half number 2. Chris settles, picks up his dribble, looking for options. Geeky takes the long tray. Gators get it back. Strong rebound by Isaiah Allah. Varus had 10 the other day in the win over Uniontown. Had a triple early in this one, but it's been a quiet night for him. Leaves it out for Bruce McCrommon, who sees that jump shot bounce over the rim and off. So the Gators come up empty in their first trip down the floor offensively. McDonald had it poked away. Gators get to the floor. Geeky able to pick that one up after McCrommon jarred it loose. Now Viveris going to take it himself the other way. think we might get an over-the-back call here on Alon. No, we're going to get it on Feldman. So the ball will stay here. Bang, bang plays. The foul will be called on the Warriors. It's going to be the third foul. Actually, that's going to be on McDonald. They are going to call it on McDonald. Third foul on McDonald. And settles. Boy, is that his game. That mid-range jumper. All 6 of his points in this one coming from the mid-range. He puts the Gators back out in front here early in the third. It's been a real seesaw battle between the 2 of the 3 top teams in Section 1, all with matching 4-1 records. So games like this are where you find that little bit of separation. As an offensive foul will be called.
Yes. On 23.
And boy, oh boy, that's going to be the 4th foul on Ethan McDonald. He is beside himself. Picked up 2 fouls in the first half and then 2 fouls here in less than 100 seconds of play in this second half. So who knows when we'll see him again, as he's 1 foul away from disqualification. At the other end, Bruce McCrommon rises, fires, can't hit from deep. And it's Tyler Boss leading the charge the other way for the Warriors. It looked like they were going to push in transition. Now it will slow things down in the half court. A little inside-out game leads to a good look from 3. That won't go, and Viveris putting his body on the line to make sure he came down with that one. Allah leaves it for Settles. Settles a little push in the back, able to recover and get the shot off, but again, that doesn't fall. Held ball after poor handling there by Peyton Mastro. He sort of dribbled that off his foot right there. Great replay by our crew. And a really wise play there by Jax Viveris to dive on that and to tie it up. Possession arrow is with the Warriors, but now will be turned back over to the Gators. They'll get the next held ball after Viveris, the senior, able to tie that one up. Again, Bruce McCrommon able to tip that ball away, but it comes back to the Warriors, and they knock down a big 3. Ben Leonard now with 5 points in this one. Ferris, the nice fake, opens up some room, and he knocks down the triple off the nice feed by Settles, who picks up the apple on that one. So Viveris, his second triple, now with a half a dozen points in this one. Feldman trying to go to work on Bruce McCrommon. 2 big bodies in the paint. And Bruce McCrommon going to win that one. Gets it to Viveris in transition, who's fouled. And we'll head to the free throw line. That one's going to be called on Peyton Mastro. And already 3 quick team fouls.
Warrior foul number 3, Peyton Mastro.
On
2 shots.
The Warriors. Second foul on Mastro. And Viveris, who just knocked down the triple, gets a chance to stay in rhythm here at the free throw line. Can't understate how important this game is, folks, with both of these teams at 4-1. Franklin Regional at 4-1 as well after Latrobe upended them, handed them their first section loss. Gators will get Franklin Regional on the 23rd of this month here in Monroeville after a heartbreaking loss on the road. (56-54) the score in that game. Quick feed inside. That one short. Bruce McCrommon comes up with the board. Nice pass. Nichols got stopped though, and Viveris, that's a tough angle shot. And that one gonna hit the back of the backboard. So here come the Warriors the other way, looking to pull within one or tie this up. And they lose the handle. Couple subs coming in for the Warriors. Ponko and Trent Brown in. Heading to the bench, Peyton Mastro and Jacob Briggs.
Here comes Kichi.
Iki steps back.
Kichi for 2.
Those will be his first points. Gator lead is back up to 5. Nice cut inside, but that one turned away by Bruce McCrommon, who comes up with another block inside. Ball ends up back in the hands of the team in green, though, and the Warriors will be able to draw a foul away from the ball before that entry pass was made to Feldman.
Ball was on 13 of the Gators.
Ball was on Chris Settles. A bit of a mismatch there. Settles giving up some inches there to Feldman. And now a timeout
Gators
is called by the Gators. With 2:39 left here in the third quarter. No points in this third quarter yet for Mikal Bruce McCrommon, but he certainly made his impact on the boards and on the defensive glass, turning it away with some big blocks. What else do we have to look forward to this month here on GatewayGatorProductions.com? Well, thank you for asking. A whole heck of a lot. We got swimming, wrestling, basketball. Before we turn into February with a little bit more wrestling. Our crew is thrilled to officially be tapped to do the WPIAL Championship games at the Peterson Event Center again this year for boys and girls basketball. Let's see if either of these teams ends up making it there for the 5A boys game. But what a testament to our crew and what they've been able to put together here under the direction of Adam Gusky and Lee Schaefer Jr. The technical prowess of Lee Schaefer III. And a whole host of others. A bunch of commentators, myself included. Camera stand-ins. Throughout the year, there's no shortage of people. Renee and Emily Schaefer, Bree Gusky, Dale Breakall, Austin Schaefer, Spencer Witt, Bob Orquist, some of the names of other commentators you'll see throughout the year. Another offensive foul. All 3 fouls that Mikal Bruce McCrommon has picked up in this game have been on the offensive end. 3 charge calls against number 12. And again, head coach Vern Benson just going to let him play. Other than a couple seconds on the defensive end where Bruce McCrommon took a breather. He's been out there just about every minute of this game for the Gators. They're going to attack him here, and they got him off his feet.
Feldman.
And Feldman now with 2 points in all 3 quarters, 6 in total, brings the Warriors back to within 1 possession. So we get close to the end of the third quarter here. Iki almost had that one taken away as the pass almost intercepted by Boss. Ends up back with Kiki and a really strong offensive board. And Nehemiah Nichols, what a time for his first bucket of the night. Ponko at the other end can't finish with the left hand. Iki in transition quickly. Gonna stop, pop. That one a little too strong. Ball still loose. Putback was no good by Nichols. Has it again. What a rebound. Nichols. Some great energy, and now Benson gonna call a timeout, and he is irate. Full timeout here for the Gators with 57 seconds before the end of the third quarter. And let's take a look at the Gators' path thus far. And a lot of what they have ahead is what we're looking at right here. And this is the schedule the rest of the way. A lot of section matchups with some really talented non-section matchups. Bell Vernon, Lincoln Park, always tremendously talented, and then playing up against 6A Cannon McMillan for the end of the regular season. Still a lot of section games. You got 2 against McKeesport still on the docket. That big matchup on the 23rd of January. And folks, we will have that here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. I'll be on the call. Our crew will be bringing that to you wherever you're tuned in. You will not want to miss that one. There will be a lot on the line depending on the outcome of this one tonight and the games between now and then. Could be talking potentially a game that might determine who wins this section, who in that top 3 or 4, what the seeding might look like. So a big resume boosting game for both teams. Big opportunity. Final minute of play here in the third quarter. Gators up by 5. A lot of times you'll see this Gateway team try to hold for the last shot. Appears that might be what they're trying to do here. And the Gators get lulled, and that one's taken away. They wanted a goaltending call. Instead, it'll be a wide open 3. Up and down.
Dubiak.
Caleb Dubiak, a big moment for his first points. It's going to make it a 2-point game. And
that's the end of the third quarter.
it shouldn't be the end of the third quarter. We'll see if they just sort of let this ride here. The player definitely stepped out of bounds with less than a second left. They're just going to call this the end of the third quarter. And we have ourselves one heck of a game going into the fourth, folks. A 2-point contest. Still nothing decided here. Let's take another look at the last score of the half. It looked like a good block. But it ultimately came back to bite the Gators, as knocking it down in the corner was Dubiak. He really hadn't logged many minutes in this one and steps right into a big 3. Changes the complexion of this game ever so much. Instead of it being a 5-point advantage for the Gators going into the fourth, it is just a 2-point advantage and 1-possession game. Here in Monroeville, Pennsylvania, 2 teams fighting tooth and nail. And this is a rivalry game already. So there is certainly no shortage of things to play for here tonight. But these 2 teams deadlocked atop the section standings. You see the student section for the Warriors. Not quite as formidable as the Gators, but a tip of the hat to the Warriors fans who have made the somewhat short trek from Harrison Township over here to Monroeville. Gators will start with the ball. So we begin the final frame here. Cal Bruce McCrommon held scoreless in that third quarter, but still leads all scorers with 18 points. He is out on the floor once again. Chris Settles going to get called for a charge. And again, Feldman going to stand in there and take the charge.
That was an offensive foul.
The second foul on Settles. Fourth time the Gators have been called for a charge call tonight. First 3 all going against Bruce McCrommon. And now the Warriors very early in this fourth quarter with a chance to tie or go ahead here. Instead, it's taken away. Bruce McCrommon the other way, steps through and is fouled. So Feldman drew the charge and did the dance, went down the other end, coughed it up, and then committed the foul.
Zach Feldman, 2 shots.
Pretty obvious there on the left shoulder of Bruce McCrommon. It takes a second to gather himself and will head to the free throw line. Every possession could be that much more magnified in this close of a game coming down the stretch. McCrommon gets them both. 20-plus points yet again for McCrommon. Now Bruce McCrommon. Talked about an earlier broadcast this season, some local attention from programs at the next level like Robert Morris and Duquesne. And had some eyeballs from one John Calipari, the head man at Arkansas, on him during some summer games. Now on the defensive end against Feldman, able to stay at home, but they get it to Ponko, and Ponko, quick cut to the basket with that right hand. He's got a half a dozen. And once again, it's a 2-point game. Turnover and then a frustration foul on Chris Settles, who picks up his second foul here in this fourth quarter. And that will be his third overall. It's a second team foul on the Gators. Just one team foul against the Warriors. Back into the contest with 4 fouls for the Warriors is Ethan McDonald, who had a strong first quarter but has been plagued by foul trouble the rest of the way. He's playing with 4. He's got to be real careful out there. They're going to go to him here real quick. And he's able to take advantage. And his bucket will nod this one up at 40. Anyone's game with 6 to play. Veris loses the handle. Able to get it to Nichols, who spins, and he is mobbed. Held up by number 11 for Penn-Trafford, Caleb Dubiak, who hit the big 3-pointer at the end of the third quarter. So here on the replay, a couple hands, a foul on the inbound. That's going to be on number 3, Peyton Mastro. Thought that might have got Ponko. That would have been Ponko's 4th. He narrowly misses it. It is the 3rd on Mastro. There are a lot of players with, there are 3 players on the court now with 3 or more fouls for the Warriors. Settles and Bruce McCrommon for the Gators both have 4. Ponko able to tip this one away. The Gators are able to ultimately come up with it. And Isaiah Allah looking for a little help there, as there were a lot of bodies around. Wasn't quite sure where to go with that one. Eventually he gets it to big number 12. And the Gators settle into the half court.
Warrior foul.
Feldman gets called for the foul, stepping into where Bruce McCrommon was headed, breaking up his momentum. It's just the 2nd on Feldman, but it is the 4th team foul on Penn-Trafford. So the next foul will send the Gators into the bonus, potentially with more than half of this fourth quarter to play. So the Gators potentially with a chance to make some hay at the free throw line, but that remains to be seen. And that looked like an obvious missed call there. Viveris, my oh my, he got his whole elbow taken out on this shot. Take a look, folks. Right here, steps back, and my goodness, Dubiak got a palm full of Viveris' elbow, and I can't believe they missed that one. The Warriors catch a break, and they look to go ahead here in this one. They're going to get it to McDonald. They have not had an answer for him yet tonight. That one hits the front of the iron. So the Gators catch a break. Now Viveris gets it to Settles in transition quickly. And Settles gets potentially bailed out with a foul call.
The foul is on 23.
And that'll be the disqualifying foul on McDonald.
Ethan McDonald,
who had a productive minute when productive output when he could stay on the floor, but just
2 shots, settles.
Wasn't able to stay out of harm's way, so McDonald is disqualified. Geeky about to check back in for the Gators. The sub in for Penn-Trafford will be Ben Leonard, who has 5 points on the evening. McDonald finishes his evening with a half a dozen. Settles knocks down the first. Two for two. Settles now with 8 points. And the Gators poke back out in front. So we're under 5 to play here in the fourth quarter. First place on the line, at least a share of it. Foul call on the Gators. They still have fouls to give here.
Fouls on 1. Geechee.
Geechee going to pick that one up. Be his second foul. Gators are in the bonus. Possession arrow is with the Gators.
Foul is on 0.
Foul running through the screen man.
Nichols.
It's going to be Nehemiah Nichols picking up the foul, his first. So now the Gators have no more fouls to give. The next one will push them into the bonus, or the Warriors into the bonus, excuse me. Warriors collide there. Strong drive inside, a great recovery by Viveris defensively. Spinning around, drawing the foul, and nearly getting the layup to go inside was Mastro, and that little bit of hesitation before he went up after the spin was enough to get the Gators defender Nehemiah Nichols off of his feet. And so Nichols picks up his second foul in as many minutes of play, and now both teams are in the bonus with 3:50 left to play. This is a shooting foul, so 2 upcoming here from Mastro with a chance to tie this one up. Shooting right into that student section for the Gators, and they take great delight in that first one going off the mark. Second one is good for Mastro, who now has 6 points. For the Gators, can they get Mikkel Bruce McCrommon back involved on the offensive side? Nehemiah Nichols had the ball inside, and then Bruce McCrommon loses it out of bounds. It'll be Penn-Trafford ball. The Gators clinging to that 1-point lead. Cal Bruce McCrommon had 18 points in the first half, knocked down 2 free throws in the third quarter, but otherwise has been completely shut out off of the score sheet offensively. A foul underneath. Chris Settles going to get called. A little push in the back on Nick Ponko there. That's going to send Ponko to the free throw line, and you get the sense that momentum, even though the lead is with the Gators, starting to swing over to the Warriors. Do the Gators have an answer here late? Especially on the offensive side of the ball where things have really slowed down. Free throw shooting starting to become kind of an issue here for the Warriors. As another missed shot at the charity stripe. Ponko can't get that first one to go. Still has a chance to tie it here with the second. Knocks it down. Once again, we are tied. 42-42. A little over 3 minutes left to play here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. This one is still far from decided. Don't go anywhere, folks. This should be a great ending here between the Warriors and the Gators, with first place on the line in Section 1. Another foul called on Chris Settles. The Warriors have just absolutely taken Bruce McCrommon out of the picture offensively. They are doubling him as soon as he gets the ball, and that time
Gator foul number 13, Chris Settles.
Settles with the foul, and he is now disqualified from the contest. Picked up 3 fouls here in the fourth quarter, and he will be done the rest of the way. Settles finishes with 8 points. Tied for second in scoring tonight along with Jax Viveris for the Gators, and so now everyone else has got to step up just a little bit more. Both teams have one player disqualified and a number of players on the floor with 2 and 3 fouls at the moment. So no one else is in imminent danger at the moment of being disqualified. First free throw rattles home for Mastro, who heads to the line and knocks it down and gives Penn-Trafford the lead. Mastro gets them both. 3 points in the fourth quarter for Mastro, 9 overall. Now it's the Gators searching for answers, down a pair, and a timeout called.
Timeout, Gators!
By head coach Vern Benson. Momentum with the Warriors. Can the Gators steal it back here late in this one? They certainly have the firepower to do it. Down one man, though, with Chris Settles fouled out of this one. He had 8 points on the evening. Jax Viveris has 8 as well, but the Gators going to need some of those secondary scoring options to step up, as all the attention is centered around taking Bruce McCrommon out of this game. And credit to Doug Kelly and his staff, because the talented senior for the Gators has just 2 points here in the second half, none in the fourth quarter. Gators cheer squad trying to rally this crowd behind the home Gators. Trying to avoid dropping their second section game of the season. Came out on the wrong end of a hard-fought 56-54 decision against Franklin Regional, but otherwise they have really made hay in these opportunities against opponents in section. Average margin of victory in section games, 26 points. Skewed a little bit by the 41-point home win over Albert Gallatin, but even their closest decision was a 12-point win. So the Gators have looked the part of a potential section champ. They've got their work cut out for them. Down 2 with a couple minutes left here. Geeky, the extra pass inside, and the Gators lose it. Ball still loose. Geeky gets it back and is fouled. That is going to be the 4th foul on Nick Ponko, who tries to protest to the official, who gives the explanation to Ponko, who takes it in stride, still is in the game, but on the doorstep of disqualification if he gets another. Geeky can't get that first one to go. Second one is good. 3 points now for Geeky. And the margin is 1 in favor of the Warriors. Warriors in no rush, looking for their shot. Spinning jumper, the turnaround, no good, but what do we got here?
The foul is on 4.
We got a push on Ponko, and that's going to be the end of his night. Picks up 2 quick fouls, and that'll be the second player for Penn-Trafford, the third player overall to be disqualified. This has been a really tightly called game
2 shots
by the officials. They have not really let them play a whole lot. So Ponko distraught as his night comes to an end. They'll finish with 7. Viveris heads to the line and able to get the roll on that first one. Now a chance to put the Gators in front with exactly 2 minutes left, and he does. Viveris now in double figures for the Gators. And a timeout called by Doug Kelly and the Warriors. Full timeout upcoming. And this barn burner. Bruce McCrommon picked up 3 offensive fouls, and it's hard to say whether or not that's really impacted how aggressive he's been offensively. If you're asking me, I think Penn-Trafford's just done a great job putting 2 bodies on him and trying to force other Gators to be the ones to beat them. And the Gators have struggled to knock down some of those shots down the stretch, but they've played good enough defense to carry a 1-point lead into the final minute and 54 seconds here. Who will come out on top of this one? Who will move to 5-1? Who will fall to 4-2? In a very crowded section. Q Sport waiting in the wings there with a 3-2 record. Latrobe is an interesting team at 2-3, coming off a win against Franklin Regional. They have 4 players that are 6'3" or taller. Here we go. Warriors inbound with less than 2 to play, trailing by 1. Tyler Boss picks up his dribble, needs help. And a push along the baseline. Gators were hoping to get a out of bounds call there, but there was a pretty obvious push there by Isaiah Allah. That'll be his 3rd. So he still has a foul to give before disqualification. Now it'll send the Warriors to the line, and Trent Brown. What a moment to have his first free throws of the night in a 1-point game. Too strong on the first. Back in for the Gators, Martin Howard. He'll spell Allah. Bruce McCrommon, no doubt about it, pulling down that rebound. It's still a 1-point edge as the Warriors come up empty. Viveris, open 3. Got it!
Timeout, Gators!
Have another look. Jax Viveris in the corner. That's his game. And boy, what a moment to knock down his 3rd triple of the night. pushing him up to 13 points. And got Chris Settles out of the game. Bruce McCrommon fighting through double teams. It's those players, that secondary wave of scoring. If you can just knock down a few more shots, the Gators have a real good chance of getting out of here with a win. Still a lot of game to play here. 83 seconds left. This game has absolutely lived up to the hype. And it's Tyler Boss playing point guard. Picks up his dribble early in the possession, gets it back, bailed out. They need a good look here. There's Geeky all over him defensively. And my Nichols able to force the picked up dribble. Bruce McCrommon wanted the possession arrow to turn the other way. He's the last to touch it.
Warriors.
So stay Warriors ball with 58 seconds left. Another timeout called by Penn-Trafford. Kelly wants to talk this over. What is still a 4-point game. I think the Warriors got to come up with something here. Or foul pretty quickly thereafter to send the Gators to the free throw line, but they've done pretty well tonight. Couple tumble passes there by the cheer squad. They've certainly brought the energy tonight. It's been a whole effort between the student section, the cheer squad, the fans in the bleachers, and the Gators roster and coaching staff. Trying to bring it home here and defend that home court advantage. .7 seconds left. Warriors have the ball. Boss thought about the three. Instead, he'll go to Feldman. Feldman trying to go to work on Bruce McCrommon, who tries to poke that one loose. And he'll come up with a rebound. But he has it torn away, and now a tie-up underneath, and the possession arrow looks like it points toward the Gators. It does not. It's going to be Warriors ball. My apologies. Warriors another chance here. Can the Gators get another stop? Got a foul on the floor. Foul is going to be on Martin Howard of the Gators.
Foul number 10, Martin Howard.
His first foul.
2 shots.
It is going to send Penn-Trafford to the line, and that's.
We ask that you please stay off the court of play.
That's good news for the Warriors.
Please stay off of the court.
As they'll get a chance at points here with the clock stopped. Peyton Mastro, who has been very, very good from the line tonight, is able to knock down the first. Mastro now in the double figures with 10. Chance to make this a 2-point game. He does. Mastro, 6 points in this fourth quarter. Now the Gators got to get this one in cleanly against full court pressure here by the Warriors. Geeky has it. Gators still got to get it past half court. They do. They get it to Bruce McCrommon. Thank God for that wingspan, because that pass was a little high. And a foul is called. It looks like it's going to send Khalid Harper to the line.
The foul is on 11 of the Warriors.
Foul is called on Caleb
Khalid
Dubiak.
Harper shooting 2.
So Harper, who does not log a ton of minutes for the Gators now, with 2 enormous free throws. No hesitation, ice in his veins. His first point of the night comes with 18 seconds left. And I don't think that touched the rim at all. That was as perfect a shot as you're going to see. Can he do it again here to once again make it a 4-point game? He does. And boy, does Harper get quite the warm welcome back to the bench. And he deserves it. I mean, to talk about coming in cold and knocking 2 free throws down like that. Big tip of the hat to Khalid Harper. Gators faithful. It's been that kind of night between these two rivals. The crowd has certainly been a little chippy, a little feisty. Everything's been above board. But that's the fun of these rivalry games, right? A little trash talk back and forth. Sort of let the cheer squad take the airwaves there for a few seconds. Big turnover. Gators get it back. Jax Viveris heads to the line with a chance to, it feels like, put this one on ice. Viveris, the sharpshooter for the Gators, not the guy that the Warriors wanted to foul here, but he's still got to knock them down. I think they're confirming who this foul is going to be called on. So I think they gestured number 5 at first, but the Warriors do not have a number 5 on the floor.
Boss. 2 shots.
So Tyler Boss is credited officially with the foul. That is his 3rd. And Viveris knocks down the first. Now number 5 comes in. Trent Brown. Gators will call off the Dogs in terms of trying to get an offensive board here as Viveris does not knock down the first. But Viveris able to get the offensive rebound. An unforgivable mistake on the Warriors. The Gators had no one there to crash the boards on the missed free throw. And Viveris comes out on top 1 against 4 and heads back to the free throw line. What an incredible effort play, and what a mental lapse by the Warriors. Viveris takes advantage and he knocks down the first. That time he gets them both, despite the box out by Peyton Mastro, which is just a few seconds too late. He'll take the 3-point shot at the other end. The tip in, no good. Mastro gets that one to fall as the buzzer rings. And that's going to do it. 53-46 the final. Kel Bruce McCrommon, 20 points through the first 3 quarters, 18 in the first half. He was held off the score sheet in the second half, but the Gators were able to find other scoring options and thus a major section win as they move to 5-1, 6-4 on the season. Penn-Trafford will fall back to 500, or back below 500 at 5-6 overall in the season. Still 4-2 in section play. These two teams will meet again later this season. The Gators come out on top. For our entire talented crew, thank you for joining us, whether you tuned in for the first game tonight, the second game, or both of this doubleheader. We really appreciate you spending some time with us here at GatewayGatorProductions.com. Our crew led by Adam Gusky. Tonight's show directed by Lee Schaefer III. Our camera operators Renee Schaefer and Lee Schaefer Jr. I'm your commentator, Vince Russo. We will see you the next time out here on Gateway Gator Productions.